Thank you very much.
What did we cover? We covered that Hitler had good ideas.
The Holocaust is not real.
All right, friends. Welcome back to the second episode of what's it called?
Super Casual Cast.
Super Casual.
We put a poll on Twitter.
We did a Twitter poll.
And
I think it's a Super Casual Cast, which is okay.
Yeah, that's less of that weird tongue twisty, vague
casual.
Spelling thing we had going on.
The cash.
The
Super
SCC.
Casual.
You need a jingle.
Podcast.
You can't say
Casual cast. Bing.
bing.
Coming up with a theme song, I remember, was so hard.
It took us weeks, didn't it?
And we didn't use it because it was awful.
There was no format to our thing.
No,
We just
we're
kind
not
of do
musicians.
things.
We're not musicians. We're not magicians.
You're
Yeah.
barely YouTubers.
Is that what you roll Abby the whole time, Abby? Is just to shit on us?
Yeah, I've been planning it for weeks.
The inside.
I'm just waiting for the
inside
invite,
podcast explosion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Good
Espionage.
Espionage, yeah. Podcast espionage.
Just planning our own.
From some other super small, like impossibly vague YouTube channel.
You discover a private. Barker barks.
No,
So, I'm trying to think
That's
of a pun.
okay, that's
I'm trying
okay.
to think of a pun.
it was
Barker
okay.
Barks?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, haha.
Because
That's my last name.
Yeah.
Last name is
Her own
Barker.
podcast
Don't
/
look me up.
YouTube channel talk show. Gets all the current
Who's our
events.
next target this week?
I start like putting subliminal messages into the like Parker Barks.
They really used to try that.
Subscribe.
In like commercials, like one frame would have like the Pepsi logo in it or something. Just like trying to get you to like
Really?
associate
There was
things.
some-
How long ago was
This
this?
was like the 50s or something.
Oh.
It doesn't
That's
work.
weird.
It
'cause
doesn't work
That's
at all.
noticeable when it's those kind of frames.
Yeah, yeah.
There was some scary movie where they put a bunch of like, just like, I don't think it was images like that. I think it was sounds, just like really like sounds that scientifically made people uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like some.
That's a huge practice. That's regularly practice.
do they still do that?
A lot of those scary movies have
Yeah.
the different
These are not,
tones
Ryan.
and like
Okay.
they have
I
different
have
tones
pajamas that
and,
look like that. You've been
Well,
taking my
and sounds
clothes
that
lately.
like make people
Yeah.
on edge.
You remember that episode of Lost where they just like mind wash that dude with all those like sounds,
Spoilers.
Oh.
and he comes
Spoilers.
out and his eyes are all buggy and
Spoilers.
stuff.
Hey, if we spoil things for Lost for you, if you're considering watching Lost, don't.
And if you haven't already,
You
like
remember
where have you been?
The end
Yeah.
of Game of Thrones and the end of Walking Dead, where they're at right now.
Remember the series finale of Game of Thrones we saw? That was crazy.
Yeah,
where
sneak
where
peek.
that death
Yeah,
happened,
I remember.
where everyone's favorite characters died.
Yeah, you guys see what happened at the end
Daryl.
of that new hit show Westworld?
Oh no.
Ah,
no more spoilers.
It's been cowboys and Indians the whole time. I didn't get it. I didn't
Don't
see
trust
it.
Daniel Craig.
We just keep touching on like kind of relevant TV shows that someone might be watching, and they just kind of get like cautious about it on the
Yeah.
pause button. We didn't spoil anything that entire time.
No,
Really.
no, nothing of any importance was said.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty.
No characters.
We could have
were
all
named.
sat in silence, and the same amount of information would have been transferred to you.
That's
Ready,
what we do
start.
here.
Anyway, jumping back to things jumped into movies. What's that movie? Fight Club?
Fight Club,
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently, like every scene, there's like one frame where Brad Pitt like appears.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and if you like pause your DVD at the right time, you'll get it. But you won't pause it at the right time.
No,
Wait, you
yeah,
mean
yeah.
like appears as in he's there and then suddenly, or he's not there and then suddenly he's there?
Yeah,
He's
it's
like
a flash.
super quick.
Like an
one-
inserted picture of just like a.
It's
Brad Pitt?
one like 30th of a second.
Like he'll
Like-
be standing in the street for a second.
Impossible
like,
to
see
see.
him, like,
Oh, okay. I was thinking like he just kind of popped into the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you
But
you
he-
can't see it.
What's the
Goes
point
in
of
there.
that though?
The director being cool. that's really it. Also, I found out in one of my classes that most movie theaters show movies at 24 frames per second, and there's like this whole like group of people that are super adamant that 24 frames per second is like the best movie viewing experience, and that anything else is just garbage.
Yeah, Jake was trying to explain this to me yesterday while watching previews. So, like, granted, he was distracted, but he told me, they shoot in 24 frames per second because 23 people complained about 23 frames per second.
No.
And that can't be right.
I swear to God, that's not what I said.
I swear that's what you said.
I said it fine the first time.
No.
But it was there was a trailer going on, a very loud trailer, but I said it flawlessly the first time. Maybe the second time I fucked it up, but
it was wrong. Whatever came out, it wasn't right.
What I said made sense.
That one extra person that complained.
So they started shooting at 24 frames per second because 24 people liked it.
Yeah.
No.
23 people were angry.
Yeah.
The reason they shoot 24 frames per second is that's the slowest frame rate you can have video before people complain. Because 23 is too noticeable, but 24 isn't noticeable at all.
Eloquently spoken, Ryan.
I don't want to do this anymore. But it's crazy because like playing video games and shit, like 24 frames is not very good at all.
No.
You know?
Well, it has everything to do with motion.
Yeah, like responsiveness. Yeah, I know.
Is there like a real difference though?
Yes.
Yes,
there is.
What can't the human eye detect?
The human eye usually detects
anything over 60 frames.
Log doing his PC Master Race shit right now, drooling all over himself.
It's different for every person. Most people see about 60, give or take 10 or 15.
Mm-hmm. But so, 60 smooth.
It's fluid.
60's nice.
Where are your sources? Are you citing your sources here?
I don't have sources.
Where are those numbers?
It seems like what everyone else says.
Teacher sources.
Whatever.
University. People.
Me, I like mine at 5.
5 frames per second is enough.
That's like claymation.
That's worse than
Pretty
claymation.
I like claymation. Claymation is. I mean, everyone likes claymation. Claymation's dope.
I hate claymation.
No, you don't.
It's my least favorite medium.
I mean, it depends.
Claymation's kind of weird.
I think
but
they've done
it's
cool stuff.
interesting.
They've done really bad stuff. Wallace and
How much
Gromit.
time goes into
You know who
it?
else has done really good and really bad stuff? Live action movies? Fully animated movies. Everything. Everything's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I was confused. I was like, I like live action.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be super cool to play. But since you know that teacup game, what's it called?
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old timey cartoon game. Mm-hmm. It's just it looks really
like
dope.
an old like Walt Disney kind of cartoon. Like
you've seen something about
it's
it.
It's a cool arcade game.
But eventually, I'm sure it's gonna be super cool. A claymation game that's like responsive like that, and it feels like a claymation movie. It's like playing out. It'll be sick.
Oh, okay.
That'd be really cool to like
cool
play
idea.
and experience.
Yeah.
That'd be
I feel
so
like Cuphead's really just like a color change mostly. I'm sure it's just like a.
It's a color change and like an overall like filter. Like it like looks like a like choppy like TV
so it probably wouldn't be
screen.
the same as like claymation being.
It would take probably years to decades to make a claymation game.
I don't think so.
Wasn't that
You just make a form. You just like once you get like the format for it down, you can make a whole world that is claymation, and it just like does like so many frames per second.
You have to move the claymation characters.
No, you don't. It wouldn't be
in
like
a claymation movie. You do.
I mean, yeah, but it
only
wouldn't be
film.
actually claymation. It'd be like a
yeah.
program.
If that's the case,
claymation.
they've done it already. Then.
What do you mean?
Wasn't that one Kirby game pretty much like claymation?
No, that was Yarn, dude.
Yeah,
there was another one
But
that was claymation.
it was close. It was close.
They're very similar games, but one's claymation, one's Yarn.
Yeah.
I think Yarn's the DS version.
No, Yarn's.
Yarn's Wii. Yarn's Wii U.
Yarn's Wii.
Mm-hmm.
No, Woolly. Wait,
That's
Dude,
Yoshi.
you're fucking
is that
up.
a different? If that is okay,
That's Yoshi.
That's Yoshi.
So
Yeah.
two yarn-based Nintendo games.
No clay.
They love
But no,
yarn.
there was a clay one. There was a clay one. World of Google.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
you-
Nintendo loves yarn.
Also, paper.
Also paper.
They love paper.
Is that really
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, Paper Mario. The new Paper Mario Color Splash looks super
I forgot
cool.
about
It's not that new anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks really cool and it looks really good. And there are like some claymation aspects to it for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Nintendo does some weird shit sometimes with the graphics. Like, I don't get the appeal of Yarn. I think the Yarn looks weird.
It's just charming. It's like most Nintendo thing. It's just charming.
Yeah.
I think it's cool and it's.
Don't get me
It's-
wrong,
it's
huge
different.
Nintendo fan. Biggest Nintendo fan.
It's like a weird.
but,
It's like a cat backpack. You know, it's unnecessary.
Kirby
but
and the
it's
Rainbow Curse. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
I think, yeah, that's... That
Alright,
sounds
we got the
right.
trailer up right now.
Pause.
That's claymation as fuck.
Bingo. Dreamland's colors have been stolen.
Oh no.
It's just fully claymation.
Wow.
I kind of hate it.
That is
I don't
funny.
hate it.
I think it looks good.
Like, it looks good. I don't know. Something about claymation, like, kind of freaks me out.
Yeah, I didn't like Wallace and Gromit.
That one
I
movie
love
that
Wallace
Ben
and
made
Gromit.
us watch.
Chicken Run?
Chicken Run, I didn't like that either.
Chicken Run. I love Chicken Run.
It was like,
Chicken
it was
Run
like
was my
All-Star
shit.
Heroes or something. Do you remember that?
What
I
heroes?
don't remember.
All-Star Heroes, like American Heroes or something. That nasty claymation movie. It's like a rated R claymation
No,
movie.
it's a puppet movie.
Yeah.
It's Team
Oh,
America
they're
World
marionettes.
Police.
Puppets.
They're marionettes.
That's a
what really
huge
gets me.
movie.
Puppets can be creepy.
I can't
Team
do
America.
puppets.
Especially
Team
raunchy
America.
Team
puppets.
America. America. Fuck yeah.
I saw that when I was like real little, like on like late Comedy Central. And I was
Dude, the
like,
throw up scene was hilarious.
Do you guys remember that show that used to be on like early Nickelodeon? That was like action figures and it was like stop motion?
Robot Chicken?
No.
That's Adult Swim.
No.
On Nickelodeon, I don't remember.
On
It
Nickelodeon.
was called like action something.
I don't know. But Robot Chicken, that shit was funny. That
Show's
shit,
funny.
that shit got me in a lot of trouble actually. One
Yeah, that
person-
shows. It's funny, but it's also very fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes
yeah.
you uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, I
seeing
was like-
your childhood toys and things, just like, oh god, oh god.
I was like 11 and I asked for it on DVD for Christmas,
Mistake.
which was a mistake.
Why would you?
And my parents, after I opened it, like after like we had like opened all our gifts, they were like, "Hey, like, do you want to watch that show?" I was like, no, I can watch it on my own." They were like, "No, just put it in." I was like, "It's kind of like not funny for you." They're like, "No, we want to see it." Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't go over well.
God.
That's uncomfortable.
I thought
I
it was
never had-
hilarious, but yeah.
I never had those kind of moments with my parents. The closest thing was their shock when they got what was it? Super bad. And
Yeah.
me and my brother were laughing hysterically at it, and they're like, "You guys get this stuff? You guys understand?"
I remember there
What's
was
not funny about a box full of dicks, though?
there was this one phrase from SpongeBob that we said so often my parents started treating it like a swear word. Shut your half-wit pie hole. And we'd say it when we'd get pissed off at somebody. And they wouldn't let us say it anymore. And they'd treat it like we just fucking said fuck super fucking aggressively at one of our siblings.
That's not even like a SpongeBob-y saying from
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
I remember my mom
You
would.
could have done so many other ones.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Better
but
ones.
it seemed so piercing,
Yeah.
so intense.
My mom wouldn't let me watch Cow and Chicken because they said shut your pie hole.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I know. I don't.
I could name you a list of the shows I couldn't watch. Ed, Ed and Eddie,
What?
Hey Arnold, Cat Dog, Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Oh
Damn.
my god.
Damn.
Why'd your
weird.
parents
What's a
hate you?
childhood without Cat Dog?
Disney Channel, and it sucked.
Disney Channel in general?
What'd you watch?
Disney Channel was just
I mean, like, I had a sister. You know, it was just two girls in the house, so we weren't
Yeah.
like boy shows. You know, like Power Rangers. And
I mean,
so
yeah,
we
but-
were
Still,
like,
but I feel like most
that-
of those shows you mentioned are pretty like
Neutral.
Unisex,
neutral. Yeah.
That's really weird.
Well, actually, the reason I couldn't watch Courage was because I used to
It was
sneak
scary.
in the morning and watch it before my parents got up, and then would just be terrified because of it was scary. It was scary.
There was one part of Courage that did scare me throughout my childhood. The slab guy.
Return
The
the
slab.
slab.
That guy's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's always been creepy, but that one like never scared me. The only one that ever like terrified me wasn't even scary. It was like the one where he goes underground and like there's Banana People Society. That fucking ruined me, and it's not scary at all.
Huh.
Like that terrified me. I used to
Yeah.
think they'd like come out of ground and kill me. Like,
Banana people.
Yeah.
What a
One
real
thing
threat.
I was always terrified about as a kid was back when I believed in like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. What if like for some reason I woke up too early and came downstairs while they were down there? I never wanted to meet like the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. Because like, oh, man in the house, there's a man in the house, and I just imagined like a human-sized, like but proportional rabbit, like a real
Yeah,
rabbit.
yeah. A huge
That's-
rabbit.
That is scary. There's a lot
Yeah.
scary about that.
The first year that we had a dog, I cried because I thought that Mason would bark at Santa when he came down the chimney. And and
They
I
wouldn't
was
wanna give you
I
your
was
presents 'cause
terrified.
you-
Yeah, I was like,
you're
he's
shitty
gonna
dog.
scare him off. Like Santa's not coming this year.
Santa's gonna put him down when he comes down. Mason better not fuck with Santa. Yeah.
It's not the first dog he's had to show down.
Yeah, it's been a rough night for Santa Claus.
I had to explain to the boys that I babysit how Santa gets the presents into my apartment. That was a tough one because they still believe. They're like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And I was like, we leave the deck door unlocked, and he comes in through the deck. Like, of course,
He just
you
walks
know,
through a door.
you guys
Yeah,
like,
like,
wait, you don't have a chimney, Abby. How does Santa get here? I was like, fuck, I don't know.
I wasn't prepared for this.
I wasn't told in my job description I'd have to keep up this ruse.
You didn't tell me I'd have to lie for you.
I expect financial payment for that.
$50 every
cost.
time. Every time they ask, $50.
I can't remember what it. There was this one scene. I think it was the last episode before Courage got canceled, but it was like this weird like thing. It wasn't in the show anywhere else, but it was just right at the end, and it said like something really creepy. It was like "See you soon" or something like that. It was super creepy.
That is creepy.
And you can't tell what the fuck it's supposed to be, like what he is, but he's got a face and he just says something like really creepy to you.
I remember that.
Yeah, and
That's not the last episode though.
I think it is.
Last episode is the flashback to like Courage and his parents got like sit on that rocket to the moon.
Is it? Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Come on, man, know your courage.
Hey, bro.
You guys are really
Sorry.
well versed in the lore.
It's like Ryan's really well versed in the lore.
No, I just remember that episode being the last one. At least it is on Netflix. Billy and Mandy too was also one of my favorites that my mom wasn't comfortable with. I never got like banned.
That was a gross show.
Hey, Jeff the Spider, he was my
Jeff
shit.
the Spider.
Fred Burger.
Fred Burger was my shit.
Oh my god, he was so
I had a
funny.
gross Fred Burger shirt I wore every single day.
Burger. Nachos.
My parents only ever had a problem with us watching Dragon Ball Z, but not because it was like we didn't think we could handle it or anything.
Just because it sucked.
No, it was because it was super late at night on Toonami at like 12. But they'd be trying to go to bed and we'd be watching Dragon Ball Z and they're like, no, go to sleep. You guys are children. Can't be up this late. And then morning would happen and we'd watch Dragon Ball Z.
I remember I used to get in like fights with, not fights like fist fights, but like arguments with my dad because I forget what grade I was in, but I was super into Code Lyoko.
Oh gosh.
It was like a brief super into it, but I was super into it at that time.
Whatever, yeah.
Backtrack.
Oh god, they don't like Code Lyoko. No. I thought Code Lyoko was cool. But, it started at the same time that baseball practice started. And I hated baseball. So like I always like got into fights like, why am I going to baseball? Like I'd much rather watch this show.
Oh man, that's gonna
Seems
be
so
such a
much more
weird.
beneficial for me right now if I just stayed here, Dad, watch Code Lyoko. How don't you see that?
Yeah, why don't you try it? All right.
Sit down and watch this show.
Maybe this
with
might
me.
be more important than your congressional duties. Have you tried watching Code Lyoko? Huh?
You could learn a bit. You could learn a bit.
I feel like it's gonna suck to be a parent and have to watch all the shows that your kids like to watch.
Yeah.
No, it's because we have ones we could still sit through that
bro.
we'll just force them to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
gatekeep like crazy.
Transformers.
That's what my dad. He was okay with most of the shows I watched, but he had a real problem with Flapjack. Probably because I was in high school when I was watching it too.
You were in high school when it came out.
But he was no way. Flapjack was older than
No,
that.
Flapjack was older than
Yeah,
us. I
but,
know,
it
came
for
out.
sure.
Like middle school. Or...
But he would just like
Sixth grade.
he'd hand me the remote after like a baseball game or something. He'd be like, you can watch whatever you want. He'd just like still sit in the room. And I'd just turn it immediately to Flapjack and then I'd start watching it. And like I wouldn't like openly just like crack up at it. Like I mean there might be some parts, but for the most part Flapjack is just stern, weird, like low, awkward, funny the entire show. Just like it's funny because it's fucking weird and like hardly makes sense at some points. And my dad was just so visibly uncomfortable the whole time it was on, and then he just gave me so much shit. And then it got to a point where before he handed me the controller after the game, he'd ask me if I was going to turn it to Flapjack.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was after the DVR shit was a thing, and I could just record Flapjack. I had a constant source.
You didn't have to wait for it to be on.
Yeah.
I forget what show my brother was watching. I think it was like, it's some like Cartoon Network show. I can't name it, but anyway, it sucks. My little brother, and like it was terrible. I'm like,
Gumball.
it wasn't Gumball.
I don't know.
It was But I was like talking to my dad. I was like, "Yeah, that show like is really terrible." He's like, "I don't know, it's better than the anime shit you used to watch."
Oh shit!
What are you talking about, Dad? It's like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, fair.
Fair.
It's almost anime. It is
Yeah.
anime. Yeah, good job, Dad. You can recognize anime. That's what my dad could do. He'd just see Japanese,
Yeah.
hard Asian.
My dad would just assume it's porn because it looks Japanese.
I remember like I made the mistake of watching cartoons with my grandma's once, and like I was watching Dragon Ball Z, and she saw like what it was, and she like made me read the Bible.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and she was like, "No, like that's too violent." I'm like, "It's not.
It's not violent. Yeah, it's
the
all
Bible's
fake.
way more violent than that."
My grandparents had 5 channels on their TV, and it's where I discovered my love for Bob Ross.
That's okay.
My cousins and I would like sit in front of the TV for like hours just watching Bob Ross. It's like do his goddamn shit, and he was always killing it.
I feel like that calls.
And he was alive then, I think.
That calls for some intelligent kids. I feel like just
Look at
very
us.
very artistically appreciative kids.
It's the only thing on.
My other grandma.
Happy little trees.
My other grandma, who was like super cool with like everything, she always watched Bob Ross too, but she like actually like went along with it and like did the paintings. She was really good. Like,
I
she
can't
could do
imagine
it.
trying
Yeah.
to keep up with him.
But-
So, we saw a preview for Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Oh yeah.
and the whole time, Groot is a baby Groot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they might have overdone it. I'm going to wait to see. I love tiny things, so I was really excited about the small hands in the last one, when his hands were growing back and he had tiny hands.
Yeah, Deadpool.
No.
Deadpool.
Groot.
I mean, that happened.
That happened too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was
Deadpool.
off.
Two
Deadpool.
different Marvel question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two
They're
different
both
Marvel
Marvel,
tiny hands.
technically, yeah.
But Groot's hands got cut off, and then he grows them back, but at
Movie
one point,
universes, technically.
they're like,
Yeah.
tiny hands. And I was really excited about that. And then he was tiny Groot at the end, like fucking this big Groot. And I was like, but I don't know if a whole movie with just tiny Groot in it.
It's not
Yeah.
just Tiny
I
Groot.
saw
It's gonna
the
be-
director like talking about it.
Well,
and
it's
he
not
said
just a Tiny Groot movie.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but the only Groot in the movie is tiny Groot.
That's okay.
And it could be like annoying, like he's gonna be the one that fucks up because he's like a baby.
I don't know.
Or he could be just like.
There's
really
gonna
small.
be a cutaway to a Tiny Groot joke at least every 10 minutes.
The director
So?
director said he was very aware of like that
How much
fear.
he's going into.
Yeah, and he said he didn't want to overdo it with Baby Groot. So
But
I'm
I-
assuming he's doing his best.
Yeah, I know. I am in love with him.
Yeah.
He's amazing, but I fear.
Mm-hmm. So, does anybody here have the intention of seeing the movie Split?
I do.
Is that the
I have
one
full
with
intention.
It's
Is that the one
10
with
out of 10.
James
David McAvoy?
10 out of 10 guaranteed.
Maybe.
I gave it like a 90%.
I don't think it deserved a 90%.
Why don't you?
Is that what you
Did
guys
you
went
guys
and
see
saw?
it?
We watched it last
We
night.
went to see it last night.
It looks amazing.
I think that James McAvoy did a tremendous job of portraying different personalities.
Yeah.
He literally seemed like the different people that he was
Yeah.
acting like, which is great. Or maybe he does have DID. Who knows? Who knows?
I can't spoil anything, which is probably the best for podcast sake. But
Yeah, because it's brand new.
it's brand new. It just came out. It just came out today.
Technically today, but it was out yesterday, and
For
I was like,
whatever
well,
reason.
let's go see it.
Yeah, but it's just it's M. Night Shyamalan. There's a curveball,
Mm-hmm.
and it's such a like it's just like they're throwing nothing but perfect strikes to you, perfect pitches. But the curveball, it comes in and it's just a slimy, soft like thing, and you hit it with your bat and it doesn't go very far, and it's all wet, and you can't really pick it up.
I don't know what he's talking about. I liked it.
A slimy game of baseball. A slimy game of slime ball.
But it's just, I don't know. They just threw so much weird shit at you. And, like, you were expecting it as a possibility, but when it actually does happen, you're just, like, kind of like, like, ooh. Like, okay, so that's the direction this is going.
I don't think that they did the worst job with it. But, like, it left a little, you know? I wanted something, and I don't know if that's what it was.
Was it too, like, was there, like, a weird supernatural twist or something?
Let's not.
It's
we're gonna
M. Night
stop.
Shyamalan. There's a twist.
There's going.
Yeah, I know there's a twist, but
Okay.
how over the top the
Can we
twist
talk
is.
about the end? Because that has nothing to do with it.
That has nothing to do with it at all. This movie is a sequel, friends. What? It's a sequel.
What?
I thought it was a
they're
prequel.
or they're giving it another, like a remake.
They
thought it was a
I think
prequel.
it's a sequel to a movie that came out in 2000 called Unbreakable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With Bruce Willis.
Whoa! He's like a superhero in that.
Yeah, and the bad guy, Mr. Glass, so Bruce Willis pops up in the end of this movie. After the movie is over. Like, it goes split, right?
It's not
at the
even
end.
a spoiler. It's just...
It's not a spoiler, and it didn't make sense. It was like, maybe like a, here you go, movie buffs. Like, if you like my movies, here's a thing you'll get.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a, this is gonna happen in the future, question mark? Like, maybe? I don't know, but Bruce Willis pops up in the end, playing his character from that movie. And, like, some lady is like, oh, like, what was that guy's name? Like, who went to the insane asylum, and he's just like, Mr. Glass. And that's it. That's the end.
There's no subtle way to sneak in some Bruce Willis in your movie.
No.
When he's not originally meant to
No.
be there.
Yeah, he's such a prominent character in whatever he's in. There's no, like, it just...
It was such a shock.
I could spot a Bruce Willis 3 miles out. That's what I'm saying.
We didn't, you couldn't have seen it coming. It was just, they should have ended it before that happened.
It was almost like...
And so I left the theater feeling that confusion rather than feeling like end of the movie satisfied. I was just like, what?
Why?
What?
Why is that there?
What?
They could have put an Avengers, like, little sneak peek at the end of the movie, and I would have felt the exact same way at the end.
Yeah. Deadpool could have popped up. Just like, what?
Yeah, who
What?
knows?
Why?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Mm-hmm.
It was really strange. But still, the movie itself, I really liked.
It's a really good movie.
I do recommend.
I liked Star Wars.
Star Wars is a really good franchise. I think most people would agree.
Alright, Log, how's that Crystal Pepsi?
Oh, transition. Well, folks, here I got with me right here a genuine bona fide Crystal Pepsi, clear cola, trademarked.
Yeah.
What?
You know what that's not, though?
It looks weird. It looks like Sprite.
It looks like Sprite. It looks like
And
water
if it
more than
tastes
anything.
like
Looks like
Pepsi.
Sprite, tastes like kind of Pepsi.
If it tastes like Pepsi, I'm just gonna be so confused. It looks like you're drinking water.
We're gonna pass it around.
Like you
we'll,
refilled-
We'll pass around. We'll get a feel for it. We'll all give our review.
It looks like you refilled
I'm pretty
a Pepsi
sure that
bottle.
used to be huge in like the 80s or 90s. The Crystal
I think-
Pepsis.
Huge is in not big enough for them to keep it around.
There was
It
like a
doesn't
YouTube
matter.
video.
I mean, Royal Crown's gonna wipe it all out.
There was a YouTube video about a
Oh,
dude
okay,
who
yeah, it
drank
tastes
like a...
Pepsi.
Yeah, the one where he pukes a lot.
Yeah, but it was like 40 years old. Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You drink 40-year-old anything, you're probably gonna throw up. Whether it tastes bad or not, just the thought of a 40-year-old thing, other
What
than
do you
like
mean?
maybe
It
an
tastes
alcohol.
like Pepsi.
What if it's like
Little-
really
little
like
mean,
ancient
bro.
water?
It doesn't taste as
What do you mean
carbonated.
by that?
What's the point?
It's clear cola.
I don't get it though.
As cola, you can see through it.
Zero.
Hold that up to your eye.
Holes.
Hold that up to your eye.
Whoa.
It tastes like Pepsi.
He ate
Right?
Pepsi
right.
Vision.
100-year-old peaches.
does taste
he was
like
fine. He was fucking fine. He called it sploosh.
We
Okay.
talking holes?
There's
Yeah.
something totally different that's been going on back here. I've been trying to ignore it, hoping it would fade out because there was a more prominent conversation happening. But T-hort's just really laying into me about it.
You talking about kissing Kate Barlow?
No. What?
Talking about
Her
40
timeline. She left some peaches in a jar, and about 100 years later,
Before
Zero
she was
discovers
specific.
them and eats them, and they're great. They taste great. He doesn't throw up.
Even
And they're more than 40 years old.
they
Maybe
market.
you're
He calls
right.
Yeah,
it
they
sploosh.
streamlined
They
that
market
shit.
the product.
And it's a true story.
That shit's
False is
manufactured.
true.
He threw up a lot.
But not
What do you
from
mean?
that.
Not
No,
from sploosh.
no.
Yes, he did.
No.
No, he didn't.
If he threw up from it, why would they then bottle it and sell it and make millions of dollars off of it?
Do you
Stanley
know-
Yelnats didn't throw up. And
Do
he
you know
drank
how
it
many
too.
times we've watched Holes, Ryan?
Do you know how many times Zero drank it more than Stanley Yonas?
Zero cuts his hand on the shovel trying to climb, and then when he makes it up, he's so exhausted, his body expels. And it barely comes out. There's no sploosh in his vomit.
You're telling me the sploosh had nothing to do with that vomit?
I
Sploosh
swear.
had
the
absolutely nothing to do with it.
He
I
was,
think we need a doctor.
he was
It was
famished.
exhaustion vomit. Exhaustion.
And
Sploosh
pain.
was a life-giving substance to Zero.
No, the onions
He was
were.
No.
No. He was dying, and then he crawled under the boat in the middle of the desert
Under the
that
boat.
had all the splooge in it.
Sploosh.
Sploosh. they were playing on a very fine line when they made that book. Very fine line. It's one letter away.
I'm still telling you, he was totally poisoned by that sploosh.
No way.
Right. There,
They
okay.
sold it.
Why would he sell
There's
it?
4 people against 1 here, thinking that Zero didn't throw up because of the peaches.
3 of those people lived in an insane asylum type situation where no matter when they were home, Holes was on the TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell
we'll,
yeah.
We'll explain this a little bit further. For whatever fucking reason, at some point 2 years ago, it was initiated that our house. It was more Chance and T-hort specifically.
Mm-hmm.
They felt the need to try and watch Holes every single day for as many days as they can.
Sometimes multiple times in one day.
Yeah. It was a disgusting, sick joke, and I would come home from work, just annoyed, just like man, what a long, shitty day, and then I'd always I think there was something about me walking into the house that initiated it because they knew that I fucking hated it so much, but they go, "Oh, you're just in time. We're about to start," and it'd be fucking Holes every time. Not like we could have watched a whole series of something, like multiple seasons of something, but it was just Holes. And like whenever I would start like just bitching about it, they would start reciting the movie to me. And then I would go upstairs to my room because I had to go to sleep because I had class, and I heard them like they would like be in conversation, and then they'd like just spew out in unison the fucking
Digging up them
the
holes.
script of Holes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the song.
No, just they'd keep watching the movie. It wasn't like a thing just to make me uncomfortable. They genuinely enjoyed it.
I'm fairly certain I distinctly remember a moment when we finished Holes, the credits ended, and then Chance just went over to the controller, play again.
Yeah. There was no like sarcastic comment. There was no like build up. It was just like a muscle memory. Like, all right, I need more of this. Like that wasn't quite enough.
Digging up
I'm pretty
them
sure there were a
holes.
few times where we were like, okay, Jake's about to get off of work. Let's start some Holes. And like you'd come in like, oh dude, sit down.
He'd already be on the bus heading to.
Yeah.
I can't
You
think
alright?
of the camp. I think of the camp's name.
Camp Green Lake.
Camp Green Lake.
Come on.
Not a Green Lake, a desert even.
Desert. It's like Greenland, Iceland. It's the same type of paradigm.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Except
creative.
with ice.
Very creative.
That was so funny.
But there did used to be a lake there. Until the drought came. Madame Zeroni.
All right.
Madame Zeroni.
Did anybody come up with any questions throughout the week?
Shit.
Didn't think so. I got a couple.
Wait, I'll think of one.
Go now. Can you take one
You're
right
on the spot.
Yeah, what's everybody's favorite color?
Come on. Ah!
And can you sign it in sign language?
Blue, easy, go now. Another one.
What's your sign?
Okay.
Answer?
Pisces?
This is one we can touch on. I feel like we could drag this on for a bit. But let's talk meme economics, folks. What favorite
Memeonomics.
memes on the rise, memes.
Memes on the Mars. Memes are in a weird place.
Memes making a comeback. You know what really grinds my gears? That with Peter
Do
Griffin.
you think that's making a comeback?
I've seen a few of those. In the
Because
past
you've been on
weeks.
the Rust subreddit,
I don't
right?
think-
No. There was one on the Rust subreddit.
See,
That's what. But literally, there was one on YouTube Haiku for some reason.
Oh.
It wasn't even like a video.
Huh.
Pepperidge Farm, remembers?
That
No?
could be one that comes back.
I don't think it's gonna come back.
That's already been.
I feel like those kind of memes are really just they're not coming back because they've never been gone.
Yeah,
They've never
yeah.
been gone, but they've
They're
never
always
been
there.
at the tippy top.
They were for a bit.
They're just kinda
Those
like-
style memes. Top text, bottom text.
Oh,
Picture in the middle.
That's how I think of meme for the most part. But I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
that's I
Meme's
know
different now.
I know
Meme's
I
different
know
now.
memes
Meme
different
is
now.
different now. Okay, what do we call those then? OG memes.
Advice? I know that's the subreddit is advice animals.
Advice
but I don't
animals,
know if
yeah.
that's the term.
It's South Park that fucking threw everything off of the fucking loop, man.
No.
They
Meme.
called T-bowing a meme. That's not a meme.
What's a
Memes were memes when they were the text things, but then South Park came out with that, and then now just
Jake,
doing.
what if I told you the word meme is older than you are? Any of us are.
What?
What?
Hundreds of years old is the word meme.
Hang on. Let's
Hold
just get
on.
this
I
right.
think he's
really
doing
quick.
a meme right now.
Let's get this right. It's
What's the
pronounced...
meme and what isn't? I don't know.
Hey, stop. It's pronounced May.
Maybe.
We've been saying it wrong this whole
But no,
time.
I'm pretty sure a meme is really just.
He's ignoring. That's fine. Okay.
It's just like a what's the word?
Idea.
Cultural thing that people just do.
Yeah,
A cultura.
I mean, memes have existed, but I'm talking about like the word meme.
Some dank memes.
Because when I think of it,
That's what memes have evolved into.
Dank memes, yeah.
They become dank.
Dang.
Dank memes.
They've become
There are
so
memes
dang.
which are what you're describing: top text, bottom text. Meh.
I think the first meme may have been the Rickroll. Anyone?
We can go back further.
How much further?
Look it up.
I
What's the
mean-
first meme? Awkward Penguin? He was
I
pretty,
feel like-
he was pretty old.
No.
Dude, I
Socially
bet Michael
awkward.
Jackson was it.
Okay.
I
A meme is
I'm
an
sure he did
idea,
something.
behavior, or style that spreads from person to person within a culture.
Michael Jackson.
A meme acts as a unit for carrying cultural ideas, symbols, or practices that can be transmitted from one mind to another through writing, speech, gestures,
Or
ritual,
telepathy.
or other imitatable
Or
phenomena
white gloves.
with a mimicked theme.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I'm
He
sure.
was the star.
Moonwalking meme.
Moonwalking.
Moonwalking meme.
Oh, moonwalking was a meme.
I told you.
At
Moonwalking
my
meme.
elementary school, you can't give moonwalking to Michael Jackson, can you?
Hell
What
yes.
about that one guy that
What you
has,
talking
like,
about, Willis
the-
meme?
You know what I'm talking about? This guy, the like score guy with the pink jacket and the glove.
Are you talking about?
That guy?
Michael Jackson.
No, it's not Michael Jackson.
It's not.
Queen.
Yeah, he's
Freddie
the guy.
Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury. I
Is
was
he
thinking.
older?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
dead.
He's
So
dead as
that's a
shit.
meme,
No,
right?
That's a meme.
That would
Yeah,
be,
that's a
let's,
meme.
let's say that's the first one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Memes. You could do
Memes are very old.
Greek portraits could have been a meme.
Greeks
in the
had
sense,
memes.
in the sense that they
Greeks
were
had
like
memes.
Greeks had memes.
Greeks totally have memes.
Greeks probably had danker memes than our generation,
Return with your
honestly.
shield
If we
around it.
understood them,
That's a meme.
probably be hilarious.
Last Supper. Fucking dank, bro. Dank as shit, man.
Prayer. That's a meme. That's a meme.
Oh my god. I mean,
But not in the cultural context
By-
that we understand it now.
By definition, it
but
is
by
a meme.
definition.
the definition. What was that? What,
Because it's gestures or like pretty much any action within a culture.
Yeah.
An idea, behavior, or style that spreads from person to person within a culture.
That's the Wikipedia meme, but I think that's just so incredibly vague.
Maybe we
Well,
should
I mean,
try
like
for
by
internet
definition,
memes.
Antarctica's the biggest desert. If you want to go, if you want to get, if we're talking technical
That
wordy
is true.
here,
Ryan's dropping memes of his own over here. Ryan's over here just
Stop.
giving birth to sweet memes.
It's just I just can't picture them being anything but like comedic
Internet memes.
They're all
memes,
funny.
Yeah.
They weren't called memes
All
until
of
they
them are
were on
funny.
the internet.
Yeah.
And even
No, they were
even
called memes. Like
Stop.
School
I
is
got
a
facts.
meme.
I got hard facts. You guys are just denying
School
the
is
word
a meme.
mimetic
I don't
based
want
around the
school to
word
be a
meme.
meme.
Word meme.
He's on Wikipedia right now. He has no hard facts or anything.
Are you saying Wikipedia is not a source? Not a
He
Cat.
wrote
source?
it.
Cat
know.
videos.
He wrote
They've been
it.
around longer than Rickroll.
oh for sure.
Oh, the I Can Has hamburgers. Those were the first. Those were the first.
I
Those
can
were,
has
those-
cheeseburgers.
cheeseburgers. Yeah, yeah. those were those gave us the format of the memes we know and love today.
Yeah, I would say those were the first modern day memes.
We'll see.
We've
People
come to
loved.
What was the first cartoon?
We dug down deep.
Mickey Mouse. Easy.
Yeah,
Done.
probably Mickey
We're
Yeah,
done.
Mouse.
Are you
it was.
sure?
Yeah.
Positive.
Okay. How sure?
98%.
There's 2% wiggle room there. We can't be totally sure. But
But we're positive.
we're talking. Okay, we've got the history down. Obviously, we've
Yeah.
mastered the history.
Yeah.
But what memes do you guys like appreciate more than other memes.
I love the Obama Biden ones.
The Obama ones are the
Biden's
shit.
really good.
That's a meme that made it into NBA Jam. We played NBA Jam last weekend and we recorded it, but we didn't record it.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But you can have a basketball team of Obama and Biden. It's the coolest thing on the entire fucking planet.
Blacktop truck, dude.
I was moving my hands, and I think with the rhythm of you talking, it made it seem like me just doing this like affected the mic. Yeah. I would say my favorite memes right now. I don't know. I really don't know. They've been in a
Pepe?
all right kind of Pepe. No.
What's the one on your shirt?
Frog.
The
That's
frog
not a
one?
meme.
That's
No, no, no.
okay.
Oh,
I didn't
that
want my
boy.
shirt drawn into.
That boy.
Oh, this shirt?
No,
Or
I'm talking
my
about that
other
boy.
shirt?
What is that shirt? What is
Deeper
one?
This
Vendetta.
is the one like decent shirt I had that wasn't in the washer currently. I hate it.
I hate
It's
it.
I believe from Mr. Robot. I got it in a loot box and it's a Guy Fawkes mask. Like Anonymous wears. I do not like the shirt.
I was kind of
I do
thinking
not
V
like
for
the shirt.
Vendetta.
I thought it was V for
I was
Vendetta.
getting a V
Yeah.
for
'Cause,
Vendetta.
like,
Guy
They're the
Fawkes
same
mask. He
kind
wears
of
a Guy
thing.
Fawkes mask.
Yeah.
They've ruined
Oh.
that movie.
Yeah, V for Vendetta is cool, and then that
Then
Anonymous.
Occupy Wall Street
anonymous
happened.
bullshit fucking ruined it.
My favorite meme right now. It's not really on the rise, and no one that I've told about it has known about it yet. But there's a Jeffy meme out right now, and
Jeffy.
it's a baby.
It's a comic
and
strip.
It's a comic strip, but I would call it a meme. I think Jeffy could become a meme. And the dad asks, Jeffy, where's dad? And where's mom? And Jeffy nails it. Jeffy knows exactly where they are. And then the dad drops some crazy shit. He's like, okay, Jeffy, where's Rick and Morty season 3? Cutscene to fucking Jeffy just sweating his goddamn eyes out. He's got no fucking clue. But it's great. I love it. Insert picture of Jeffy meme here.
Yeah, you can and
Replace Rick and Morty season 3. Half-Life
With
3.
anything.
yeah, Half-Life 3. Yeah.
There's
You could put anything there. Westworld.
Princess Diana's
Yeah.
body. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you know.
I don't know. I didn't kill anybody this week.
Where they buried it, like
It is, yes, no, yes, it is.
But Jeffy might not know.
Yeah,
Jeffy might not know. Jeffy would
Jeffy's
know.
stressing
Jeffy
out.
would have to be spending weeks figuring that shit out before he gets access or learns how to use a computer.
It's a desperate father. It's
We
a
don't know.
desperate father is what it is.
Yeah.
And he wants to know. And
That's,
Jeffy just can't
It's him
provide.
thinking, if he could figure this and that out, he could figure anything out.
Right. That's the logic there, but it's funny because Jeffy has no idea.
Jeffy's a baby. Jeffy's an infant boy.
Jeffy's an infant boy, and Jeffy's hair is just the best thing about Jeffy is his tiny tuft at the top of his head. It's just one little thing, like 4 little fingers on his head.
Ew.
Tiny tuft of hair.
I'm
It's really
imagining
cute.
that the most like anatomically correct, like gross thing, like just fingernails.
It's like if a kid drew fingers.
I saw a picture today on Twitter that was like Trump leaning behind Mike Pence and being like, I swear to God, if your memes aren't as dank as Joe Biden's, you're so fired.
There's no way. There's no way they
No
can
way.
be.
Mike
No
Pence
way
is
they
a
can
fucking
be.
robot. It's not happening.
But
This is, I think,
But
I
also
think this
keep
is
in
where we
mind-
can get most political. I think Trump memes suck.
Oh, yeah. They're not funny.
I think
They're not
Trump
funny.
memes suck because the comments are always filled with like fucking diehard, like the Donald people. Yeah. And it just weirds me out.
They ruin memes. They ruin memes by doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, Pepe.
They made Pepe, which is not a hate symbol, be conceived as a hate symbol.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Pepe.
Oh.
But I think I did find out, I realized my new favorite memes. And it's because I found this subreddit. It's called Prequel Memes.
Oh my.
And it had like 100 subs on it.
Uh-huh.
A week later, saw it on the front page. It's
He's a hipster.
most people wouldn't know, but most people in the room, I mean, it's Star Wars prequel memes, and I think they're great.
Oh,
Killing
that sounds awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the scene in Episode 3, very end. Anakin, you were my brother, and then he looks up from like the lake of fire. Name 3 of my albums.
I did see that today. Can confirm front page.
What was the other one? It was one with Anakin kills younglings. Something about that.
Okay.
One of my favorite original memes was the Chloe meme, the small girl who just had like the
Yeah.
face when
I was never into the
video
little kid
for it.
ones.
Yeah, that was never really a Reddit meme. That was more of like a Facebook meme, I feel like.
What was that? There was another kid. There was a little kid who they took like a million pictures of. Like a little boy.
Oh, I don't
the
know
kid
his
eating
name.
sand? Success boy?
No, not that. It's
Oh
like
no,
he makes like
he just
eating
makes some
sand.
crazy faces. Like
yeah.
he really expresses his emotions really well.
Was it
I don't-
Gavin?
I think that might be his name. I don't know. I don't remember his name fully.
I saw this video the other day of this little kid who discovers
I like
his
Gabe the
eyebrows,
Mhm.
and he's just standing in the mirror like raising them, and it takes like all his concentration, but it's also really funny. So like he like does it and then laughs really hard, and then
I've seen
stops
that.
laughing so he can like raise his eyebrows
Focus.
again.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. You should check it out. Check it out.
I saw this video once of like this baby like sitting in the back of like in his car seat in the back seat of a car, and like the beginning of a Day to Remember song is playing, and like as soon as it
Oh,
like
yeah.
picks up, the baby starts like
It's not
headbanging and.
They've done that with so many different songs, but yeah.
Well, it sounded like terrible audio quality, so I believed it.
No, it's just they've done that with a lot of different songs. It's been a meme.
Well, I got played.
I mean, it's
I
funny.
got
It was just as funny as it should have been. All right, we're getting later into the podcast. We don't got much longer here, but I'm gonna start dipping into my questions I worked out. Well, I guess I already have started because we worked out the meaning of economics. Seemed like Log stumbled upon something that he enjoys.
Oh no, it was just another prequel meme. I started looking at it.
Okay.
Be careful of your friend, Palpatine. And your pal, Friend Patine.
The good ones are the ones that you don't have to know Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it
Everybody
seems
can laugh.
I feel like you guys you still have a base like framework of what happens in certain points. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know anything Star Wars?
You
You should watch Star Wars.
I've been
You
told
might
that
like
a
it.
lot. I've been told that
You
a
might
lot.
like it since you apparently don't
Why
know
do
it.
you not want to see Star
There's
Wars?
just never an interest.
It's never an interest, and it's like such an intense, huge thing, and like I'm never gonna be a part of that community. Like
You're not gonna have the.
I'm not gonna have the
childhood
passion. Yeah, because
wonder
it's
like
a
we
childhood.
have.
Like, I'm gonna be watching the like puppet Yoda movies,
Okay.
just like looking at them like, oh, like that's like
That looks super
that's
fake.
okay. I mean, obviously it looks super fake, but like I can appreciate the Labyrinth because I watched it a lot when I was young. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, you guys all, I've showed all you guys Labyrinth. I don't think me and Abbey ever actually finished it.
We didn't make it through because it's not good.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
The puppets in that movie are fucking incredible, but
It's the Henson Company.
it's the overall plot that is kind of weird. But it's got David Bowie in it. You know, he's dead now. You know, you can watch that, get excited, get some David Bowie vibes. You know.
For me, the reason I never watched Star Wars is because I was forced to watch the first one for my mythology class, which just doesn't make any sense.
First
But
one is
also-
in episode 4?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
one?
yeah,
Okay.
episode 4. But I don't like movies once I'm forced to watch them for class. Same with books. So with that, I just was like, no, not for me. I just couldn't do it. Completely turned off.
When you watched that movie, did you watch it for comparisons to the Odyssey?
Probably.
Just curious.
Probably.
Okay.
We read that book. It's been a while, but I just remember thinking like, I don't want to watch this because I have to.
Yeah. That's why it can ruin books that way.
It can
Even.
ruin books. It can ruin movies.
Like, I liked The Odyssey when we read that in class, but I fucking hated Brother, Where Art Thou? I thought that was the worst movie ever made.
What? I like that movie, but I watched it a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, I can't stand it.
And I mean, it was a weird movie.
Wait, is
There's
that
no
the one
reason
with
I
George
would've-
Clooney? And...
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's good.
It's not.
I'm wrong.
I'm wrong.
There's George Clooney's real hit or miss with me. A lot of times I don't like his movies.
All
The Men Who
right.
Stare at Goats is by far the worst movie ever.
Yeah. I
The
remember watching that
Americans
movie.
The
Also
what?
featuring George Clooney.
The American?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like it's trying to be James Bondy, but
Oh.
it's all
I thought that was
middle
Michael
movie.
Clayton.
So I took
don't
a
think
Spanish film class, right? And when you think like, oh, like we have a lot of bad movies, so do other countries, you know? And that's like crazy to think like there's as many good movies out there as there are bad movies, and the bad movies are the only ones we watched for my Spanish class. And so I was like, I just there was just some really weird stuff
We
happening.
watched some okay movies in your
We
free
watched
Spanish
some
class.
okay ones.
I like
we
The
watched
Blind
some
Guy.
really weird ones.
The blind one was.
The blind one was cool. We watched this one about cows.
Oh.
And there were about 6 scenes that
I fell
involved
asleep.
2 people in a cutting wood competition against each other to
Yeah.
see who could chop more. And cows. It was just that cows, weird love affair. It just so hard to follow and just, no. It's just not. The point is, there's some weird movies out there. And
Don't be
we've
adventurous.
only hit, like one culture's worth of weird movies.
Let's talk about movies that are popular because they're weird.
Human Centipede.
The movies that
No.
that one too, but I'm talking about like the Sharknadoes and shit like that. Like where the box art pulls you in, pretty much only, like, because you see it on Netflix, you're going through, somehow it got on fucking Netflix. I don't know what the standards are to get on Netflix are.
Not
But
many.
you watch the
Not many.
movies because you see the box art or like the thumbnail little picture, and you want to see how they do that. You know it's going to be terrible, but you're just curious as to how they're gonna do big ass spider. Remember big ass spider?
Oh
It was
yeah.
big ass spider. We saw one a couple days ago that was like a shark with 3 heads.
Yeah.
The movie title was something incredibly similar to a shark with 3 heads.
3-headed shark.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Piranha.
Wow. You just want to know, like, how do they manage to twist that into something that, at the very least, makes cohesive sense?
Yeah. And I
It
mean,
doesn't make plot sense and isn't good.
we did the same thing for a mermaid movie. It was some weird
Oh.
fucked up dumb mermaid.
Killer
movie.
Mermaid.
Killer Mermaid.
Yep, okay.
Killer Mermaid.
Yep.
They're
The-
never good titles.
Yeah,
The titles are
You
always
can
pretty
always
boring.
pretty much guess
You can
what
tell
they are.
just the exact all the
And it's
movies.
also weird when they're like a huge like franchise. I have 2 examples. One I love, one I hate. There's one called like Cabin in the Wood. No. Fever Cabin.
Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever.
Fever
Close.
Cabin Fever. Sorry. That one.
Everybody's sick.
Those are like bad movies, but they're like there's like 4 of them or something like that. But there's also the movie Tremors. There's like 5 of those. There's about to be a 6th one and a TV series.
And they're all good.
They're terrible, but I love them.
My favorite was Tremors 4, when either they went back in time or it was just Old West.
It was
themed.
set in the Old West.
It was
yeah.
just set in the Old West.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was just Old West and their giant worms attack.
yeah.
I remember
Well, like
Tremors.
it's really stupid because the first one just has giant worms, like huge, like
Ground worms.
yeah, like not yard, but like
Earthworms.
giant worms that were like I don't know,
He's underselling the size of these worms.
3
folks.
meters
They are-
long,
They are upwards of 10 meters.
Oh shit.
10 meters.
They are massive things.
I'm really bad with size, but anyway,
Especially
massive
when you're trying to use
worms.
the metric.
Yeah, massive worms underground. They eat people. The second one, they don't give birth, but like little like raptor like things shoot out of them. They like evolve into them.
Oh yeah, Tremors 2
Yeah.
Evolution.
Yes.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So now they run on top of the ground and like that's worse. Then the third one, they evolve again, and they call them ass blasters. They fly.
Tremors 3 Revolt.
Oh wow.
And
I'm really
then
curious as to what 4 and 5 are about. They just-
4.
That's the
Four.
West one.
Yeah, 4 is back in time. This time they're not huge. They're small worms, and they shoot across the ground and like take out your feet, and
Well,
then they
in
eat.
all of them, I'm pretty sure when they first encounter them, they're small, tiny worms.
No, they're not.
And then eventually,
They're not, you're wrong.
It gets.
You're wrong.
I know they're a giant worm. You keep telling there's a bunch of tiny worms.
They're
giant
constantly giant worms.
Giant worms.
They're constantly giant worms in the first one, and then the second one is the first time they change. There's no small ones until the fourth one, because
But the
it's
fourth
like going.
one has huge ones.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But at first they're small.
I wonder how many people listening to this know what the fuck the Tremors movies are. I know Ryan's some kind of professional at this. It seems like, because I remember in a DK episode me and Log did. Log said a Tremors reference. It was a Drunky Kong more specifically. Log made a Tremors reference, and Ryan corrected him on it. like he was like, "Are we talking some Tremors 3 shit here?" And then Ryan's like, "They have 4 Tremors out."
No, that's when I found out there was a fifth one.
Oh yeah, maybe it was the 5th.
I'm pretty sure I said Tremors 4 because that's the one I remember the most. because it was Wild West.
It kind of just sounds like it was based off of the game Snake, where you just eat things and get bigger, and just get longer and longer. Like
Not
each
entirely
movie was
accurate.
just so the fourth one at least.
There's
Yeah, I
also,
remember Tremors was on. I feel like it was on. It would air like at least once a week on Sci-Fi all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always see it listed.
That's probably why I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm so into it. But it was. I remember it's like just when like cameras like stopped being like old is when the first one was made. Because you remember, have you ever watched like old
Cameras
movies?
Stopped being old.
Well, listen. Have you ever been watching
Grainy.
old movies and like you see blood and it's orange?
No,
No.
usually, I mean, blood. Realistic blood's something they've had down for quite
I
a
think
while.
the Tremors'
Really?
blood is orange. I think the worm's blood is orange.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, anytime you're watching, like, an old movie, like, where they, like, are first, like, fucking around with color, like, 40s and 50s movies, all the blood looks orange. Alright.
No, I've never seen it.
Alright, that's cool.
People
That's
made
cool.
fake blood before movies were a thing.
Nah, that's fine.
They just continued making fake
I think
blood
it's just,
for movies.
whatever.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Jake, what you got? You've been looking at your phone, your list.
Yeah, give
Okay.
us your questions. Let's not talk about orange blood.
This is quite. I'll give you guys some options here. We've got.
Eh.
Never mind those options.
I got nothing. Okay. There's two here that seem to stick out to me better than any of the other ones, but both of them are very non-Trimmers related.
Oh dang.
Nah, just forget it. We're done.
Next one.
we got how fucked up zoos are,
Okay, yeah.
and we've also got superpowers.
Okay.
What superpower do you have? And
I'd free the zoos.
or we could
I'm just really
I
good
would
at freeing
reinforce
animals
the
in
zoos.
we could funnel it into the superpower question. Just make it more specific as to if you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
Oh.
I'll tell you what I would do.
Man, I'd steal a lot of money.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I wouldn't do good. I feel like if I was invisible for a day, I'd probably steal money.
I wouldn't steal money. I would I might try stealing money, but I'd haunt the fuck out of people, dude. I would.
I mean, yeah, fucking with people
Yeah.
would be part of it.
Oh,
That
yeah.
must be the entire day.
If you've got a whole day, a lot of that's dedicated to getting money.
Well, first part, okay, you grab the money. They can obviously still see the money. That's fucking with people all on its own,
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Because
No
there's a
one's-
floating bag of money,
Yeah.
You're
right
just
there.
like, oh, I'm money and I'm leaving.
No one's just gonna start like
Can people hear
being
you?
violent toward that.
Yeah.
They can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
that's part of the haunting. That's what makes it so effective.
Oh,
I'd spend my entire day at Kroger. and I'd get in people's carts and I'd start fucking smashing shit on the ground.
See, that's lame because then you can't. Are you still like stopped by doors and walls and things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're invisible.
Okay.
I
You
think what
can't
I
go
do
through
is
walls.
put a full face of makeup on and then go shoot a beauty campaign about what people really see.
Wow. That's real. That's progressive.
All right. Good for you.
Thanks, thank you. Yeah.
I'm still stealing money.
Yeah, I'm still gonna haunt people.
Yeah.
I would put clothes on. Being outside naked, even if people couldn't see you, seems really vulnerable.
Wears off.
You can only be so confident in how long like
I might go. I might paint my body and then go streaking, and then like if I get chased after, just like start rubbing off the paint. You know,
Go
Or walk off.
streaking.
Jump in a pool.
Yeah.
Go streaking.
Where'd he go?
As just my penis. And then go streaking. So there's just a colored dick floating around.
I can't.
God.
I'm
So
imagining
fucked up.
Kroger's just the perfect place to do anything naked or haunting like that. Just watching
Is
the automatic doors open and just a floating like crudely painted blue dick just like walking in kind of like bouncing with steps.
Yeah.
It'd be the coolest thing on the planet.
Jake's got a weird sex thing for Kroger though.
Everything would just.
Jake's wanted to fuck Kroger for a long time.
Hey, dude, that's not my fault. This is how it is. All right, I can't choose.
Kroger's the best place for being naked. What?
Anyway, yeah, a lot of money. I feel like being invisible, I'd I feel like you could like shut down a few buildings on campus, you know? Like
Oh, definitely.
You
Yeah.
can shut down a lot of shit.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
something fucked up going on here. We gotta like,
yeah.
Stop everything.
shut this down.
Yeah, you'd have to be really careful, like
You can fight
jaywalking.
crime.
You can fight crime, yeah, but like you got one day, you know.
Okay.
Well, ways
No
to
one's
do
gonna
good
know. No one's gonna know it was you or not.
There's no
Plus,
evidence.
Crime wouldn't be very easy to find.
What are they going to do? Accuse
Yeah,
of blue
crime's
penis?
not terribly easy to find.
Yeah,
like,
I guess that's
just
true.
throughout your day.
I don't really live in a like crime-oriented place.
Uh-huh.
No, yeah.
But if you could find crime, you could fuck with them, dude. You could just keep haunting them like you've been doing the rest of the day.
I think I'd sneak into an animal shelter at night and show dogs love.
I don't
I'm
know.
saying a bunch
I
of
think that-
boring stuff. Talking about fighting
No, it's
crime,
just-
committing crime.
It's just funny to kill the vibes completely by just like thinking like, oh, we're bad people.
Yeah.
Well, I think I would help people. I would float sandwiches to a
Homeless
to a
shelter.
homeless
No,
shelter.
seriously.
I mean, I know I could do that visibly, but
But it's a thankless job.
But they're hungry people.
Let them think a ghost did it. Taking credit is just a selfish act. No one would ever forgive you. I wouldn't want to be invisible.
I'd want to teleport.
Yep, same.
You want to teleport?
Teleporting's so cool.
time powers. I want to relive the movie Click.
That power's too powerful. You can't.
Listen,
Can't
Laura.
fuck with it, yeah.
You remember last fucking podcast where you criticized me for wanting to be able to go back in time because you'd break time? Remember that? You gave me shit for that. I was the only one who stuck to my words there.
I didn't remember that.
I remember it. 'Cause I was like,
remember it.
remember Click?
Yeah. You didn't want Click. You said, you want Click to happen, Jake? You were patronizing me
I
for that
remember.
very decision
I
you just
remember.
made seconds ago.
And it's on record.
Yeah, it's on.
We can
it's-
prove this.
There's record, yeah. I'm sorry. Click shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. So pick a new power.
Forward in time.
That's a weird power.
You'd miss so much.
Stop fucking with time, dude.
Yeah. So, okay, regardless of time, what power would you choose? If you couldn't have the
God,
time.
time's the coolest power.
Time's a cool power.
Teleport is cool. If you could teleport, you could also like kind of fly. You get
We've been over this,
a
yeah.
squirrel suit. You like teleport and just like fly around, and they're like, oh, I'm too low.
Wait, why do you
Boom.
need the squirrel suit?
Yeah, I was
I
thinking.
guess you don't need it, but it'd be fun.
I mean, you could constantly
I
just teleport in the air, but it
That
looks a
looks
lot
Assuming
weirder.
using your power causes some form of exertion, you probably shouldn't use it to fly. Just be like,
I'm gonna go back to
Yeah.
maybe sophomore year in high school where we were talking about this exact same thing. We were all laying on the road for whatever reason. I think it was during the day.
Waiting for cars.
Just like
we
talking.
we used to do that a lot.
We used to do that a lot for some reason, but there was only one time a car got close. But
It was bad.
it was scary. But visualizing like Ryan talking about his teleporting powers, and I went with flying. I think I might still go with flying because it'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But Ryan he was still an advocate for teleportation, but just visualizing like Ryan also being able to fly with teleportation, just like booping across the sky, just like the same like just like default like video game model tone. Yeah. arms out, legs totally straight, expressionless.
I think the
focused.
problem with flying is if you're going to be able to fly, you need to be invisible too. You would attract too much attention as a flying person if you could fly and people could see you.
You got disguise good.
I mean,
I mean, no one sees you if you're wearing disguise.
Yeah,
You just
it's
go into
yeah.
a field.
I'm
and
wearing
then-
a sky disguise. It's gray or blue, depending on the weather.
I think I'd
No one will see
like
me.
to either have teleporting or telekinesis.
I was about to say telekinesis. I think telekinesis is.
Because if we're thinking Chronicle, they have telekinesis. They can fly.
that's true.
They can make
true.
themselves fly.
Yeah.
I changed my mind to telekinesis.
I want my power to be Chronicle.
My number 2 pick is being able to like go through walls and shit.
Yeah,
I
that'd
think
be
you can do so much with that.
Telekinesis, you can move them walls.
So
We've gone through it.
Simple.
my power, I've said this a lot before. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but I would want to be able to shoot fireworks out of my hands. Okay, but
Like
if you think
Jubilee?
about
Yeah,
it,
like Jubilee.
if you think about it, like
Like who?
you were the
X-Men.
only one that had a power ever, you'd be the coolest person. Because,
Yeah.
like, it's not a very useful power, but it's still, like, do the thing. Just, and they could be, like, huge ones or just, like, little sparks, you know? Like,
And no
they don't
government's
hurt.
going to go at it. The government's always going to go after you.
Yeah.
Government's
You'd hide
always
it.
gonna-
You'd need to hide it, but, like, the
Do
close
the
people
thing.
that
See,
you
that's
could,
the
like,
thing. If
you could light
government-
fires, you could basically be a pyrotechnic. But, like,
But it's less
fireworks.
cool because it's
But
like
it's cute, too. Like, it's...
pop rocks.
Just littering pop
Yeah, they
rocks on
don't
the
explode
ground.
until they hit the ground. It's like little pellets.
You can only throw one.
I was
That'd be
thinking
a
mostly like
time.
the showers of sparks, just
See,
flying
yeah,
outside.
yeah.
See,
But
if
teleporting,
government agents went after us, though.
teleporting is the best way to get away.
Yeah, exactly. Or telekinesis to fight them off.
Well, yeah, but like,
Fireworks.
Yeah, because you can stop bullets with telekinesis.
Well, I
like,
definitely need a
but what if they
side
get the jump on you?
But
if they get the jump on you, just fucking fly with them. If they're holding on to you, just pick yourself up and go in the air.
scramble
They'll let go. They're gonna by some point they're gonna let go, or they're gonna be stuck up there with you.
Yeah.
Well, what if they shoot you before you realize? That's why teleporting, you gotta stay one step ahead.
shut the fuck up,
That's
right?
why with
Everybody knows
telekinesis
fireworks.
you have to stay one
But what
step
if
ahead.
they
But-
shoot you before you realize
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
Okay,
teleport?
okay, you're in Nevada. You find out they know you're in Nevada. You go to Kansas.
But you're,
I would do
you're-
that as telekinesis too.
The
Or
whole
with
the whole
telekinesis,
con
too.
to your the thing that you're suggesting is before you realize.
Yeah.
Before you're not gonna teleport away before you realize you're getting fucking
Yeah.
hunted.
I was gonna say, like, if it's the fucking FBI that's after
Yeah.
you, you're not gonna know they're after you till
Before
they're
you
there.
realize is
Well, it'd be
the-
easy to leave the country too.
Well,
So I'm
yeah,
saying it's like
but if they have
Jumper
the jump
where
on
you can go
you,
anywhere.
Yeah, like Jumper.
but
That turned out really bad for him, I think.
What, leaving the country?
Jumper. Just overall, his, like, jumping abilities.
Uh,
Or, like, in Harry Potter, when they try to transport and then Ron gets squelched.
Squeech.
What is it?
Squanched.
Squinched.
Squad.
I know what you're talking about. Where he gets all the scars and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Splint.
Splaunched.
wait, what
I
are you
forget.
guys
I
talking
forget
about?
that. That
Yeah,
happens.
that's
in
what
the
I
movie, I don't
was
think.
gonna
It
jump
does.
to.
It does?
Yeah. In Harry Potter, like one of the ones they transport and Ron gets like stuck and like it like rips his like I don't know arm body.
He gets like lashes all
Yeah.
over his arm and back.
Yeah.
I think.
and it's
What-
like
what
there's
movie
a
does that
word
happen?
for it that I just don't remember.
Squanched.
Squinched.
You got squanched.
Splinched.
Flinched sounds right.
It's like something that's between.
What movie does that happen?
I want to say
5?
They don't teleport in 5.
Harry and Hermione puts up that weird like big
Oh, that's the
enchanting
that's the
thing.
7th one. That's,
Seventh?
That's
Oh,
part 1.
Shit.
of 7.
Oh, because
Yeah, 'cause he's in
they
the
have the
tent.
necklace.
Yeah.
He's in
Yeah.
the tent. Yeah.
The
yeah.
whole Horcrux.
Oh, now I totally remember it.
Yeah. What's it called?
Oh, the Wii just turned on.
Splinched?
It didn't turn on. It did that last night too.
It's the Wiimote.
Squinched?
It's
Squelched.
probably an ad just popping up.
That's weird.
Yeah, we get it, Wii U. The
Switched.
Switch is coming out. You're obsolete now.
So- all right, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Who knows when this will come out, right, guys?
Right.
But we'll get it out. We'll get it out. We'll
Check
try
out
and-
the first one, right?
the first one. Yeah.
Check out the next one.
Check out the next one. Check out all of them to come.
Yeah.
If you like this,
It's splinching, guys. It's splinching.
Splinched!
It's splinching.
I was
okay.
right.
Finally,
I think
clarity.
I said that at one point.
Yeah.
Our new catchphrase. It's
Splinched.
splunching.
It's splunging.
Later, guys. As always.
Splunging.
It's
Glitz splinched.
Glitz and splinched.
Keep it splinched.
Keep it cash.
Keep it splunching. Shave your pants.